If you think Rochester is still the same, you need to pay attention because 2026 is going to be a huge year for this city. My name is Khem, your local real estate expert, and I go out, find out all this information for you so you don't have to. So today, I'm breaking down everything that's new and coming soon to the Rochester, New York. We're talking about the major development, new businesses, infrastructure projects, and changes that are going to transfer this city. Whether you live here, you are planning to move here, or you are just curious about what's happening in Rochester, this video is going to get you excited. There's so much happening right now, and honestly, I think we are on the verge of something that's really special here. Let's dive into all of the new and exciting thing coming to Rochester in 2026. Let's start with what's happening in downtown Rochester because there is a major transformation happening right now. The Sibley building redevelopment. This is a historic Sibley building which has been mostly vacant for a year, is being transferred into a mixed-use space with the residential unit, retail, office space, and public gathering area. And we're talking about the hundreds of apartments coming to the downtown, with more people living here, working, and spending money in the city center. This project is bringing life back to one of the Rochester most iconic buildings and is going to completely change the vibe of the main street. Let's talk about more development in housing projects. So multiple resident projects are underway or in planning stage. Developers are converting old office buildings and constructing a new apartment complex, especially targeting for the young professionals and empty nester who want walkable urban livings. We are talking about the luxurious apartment, market rate housing, and even more affordable unit. The goal is to get more people actually living in downtown, which create that 24/7 energy the city has been missing since a long period of time. Let's talk about the Parcel 5 development. This has been controversial and delayed, but the momentum is finally happening. Parcel 5, that empty lot on a main street, has been parking lot forever, is being developed. Current plans include misuse space with the residential, retail, and public area. It is better than a surface parking lot in the heart of the downtown. And there is another project in the East End District expansion. The East End Entertainment District keep growing. New bars, restaurants, and music venues are opening. This area has become the nightlife spot in Rochester, and it is continuing to expand with the more businesses recognizing for the opportunities. Let's talk about the new restaurants and food scenes. Rochester food scenes is expanding, and in 2026 is bringing even more options. Major restaurants opening, several high-profile chefs and restaurant groups are opening new concept in Rochester. We are getting upscale dining, innovative fusion restaurants, and nationally recognized chef finally discovering the Rochester. The Park Avenue and Southwest continues to attract new restaurants monthly. The diverse of the cuisine keep expanding. More authentic ethnic restaurants, farm-to-table concepts, and unique dining expansion is growing every day. There are the talks of Rochester is also getting its first proper food halls. Things multiple vendors under one roof with communal settings. This would be a game changer for the downtown lunch options and evening dining. Our public market is also continue expanding with the new permanent vendors and improved facilities, making it even better experience. Rochester Craft Beverage Scenic is becoming a legitimate destination, and 2026 even adding more options for beer, wine, and spirits enthusiastic. We are seeing more breweries, tap rooms with the full kitchens and even a space, making them true gathering place rather than just the testing rooms. Now let's talk about some of the major infrastructures and the transportation change. A big change are happening to how we move around the city. Major road reconstruction projects are underway across the city and suburb. Yes, construction is annoying, but it means better road and new bridges and improved infrastructure for the future. I-490, I-390 and the major areas are getting attention. The city is also adding more bike lanes and pedestrians improvement in an urban area. The public transportation upgrades, including the RTS, is updating its fleet with the newer, more efficient buses. They're also working on improvement routes and frequency, especially connecting downtown to the major employer center and residential areas. While we are not gathering light rail anytime soon, but the buses system are getting better and more reliable. Let's talk about the airport improvement. Rochester International Airport is undergoing improvements, updating terminals, better amenities, and working to attract more direct flight routes. They want to make flying in and out of the Rochester more convenient with more destinations options. The city is also investing massive number in protected bike lanes and expansion of the trails network connecting different parts of the city, and the Erie Canal trail system continues to grow and urban biking is becoming more valuable and safer. Now let's talk about some of the businesses and economic development that's happening in 2026. Rochester economy is diversified and growing in exciting way. Rochester is positioning itself as a tech hub, particularly in the photonics, optics, and new setups are forming and established tech companies are expanding here. The connection between the RIT, University of Rochester, and private sector is creating an innovation system. Co-working space and a tech incubator are opening to support these startups. There is major employer expansion is happening. Several major employers are expanding the Rochester presence in 2026. Healthcare systems are adding facilities, tech companies are hiring, and manufacturers are modernizing with the advanced technologies. The University of Rochester continue massive expansion. The new research facilities, medical building, and academic space bringing jobs and innovation. Small business are also booming. The entrepreneurial spirit is strong. New retail shop, service businesses, and creative entrepreneurs are opening across the city. Low cost compared to the other metros makes Rochester attractive for entrepreneurs. Local businesses districts in a neighborhood like Park Avenue, Southways, and Village Gates continue attracting new businesses and revitalizing the commercials adventures. Let's talk about what 2026 is bringing in sectors like art, culture, and entertainment. The culture scene is expanding with the new venues and experiences. The additional live music venues are opening for intimate clubs to mid-sized concert halls. Rochester is attracting more touring acts and becoming a legitimate stop for national tour. The Eastman Theater and other historic venues are getting renovation and improvement, enhancing the already strong performance arts and scene. Now let's talk about the strong museum expansion. The strong museum of play is always expanding, and the George Eastman Museum continues programming expansion. The Memorial Art Gallery has new exhibits and community program planned. They are consistently evolving and adding new regions to visit. Let's talk about the festival growth in Rochester. Rochester Festival Scene continues to expand. New festivals are launching, well established ones like Lilac Festival, Jazz Fest, and Park Avenue keep growing. Year-round programs means there is always something happening. Winter festival, summer concert, fall collaboration, and spring events. Now talk about some of the sports and recreation sectors and how it is improving. New recreation program and potential for additional minor league or the semi-pro teams. The Red Wings and Americas continue strong, and there is a discussion of Rochester attracting additional sport franchises. New parks, upgraded playgrounds, and enhanced recreation facilities are being built across the cities and the suburb. Alright, now let's talk about some of the neighborhood transition that's happening. Individuals' neighborhoods are seeing dramatic change. Southwest, the neighborhood is having the major movement. New restaurants, coffee shops are opening consistently. Housing is being renovated and updated. It is becoming one of the Rochester trendiest area. Southwest is attracting young professionals and creatives, and the investment is transforming the area into the must-visited destination. The lakefront neighborhood is getting attention. New businesses are opening, the beach area is being improved, and there is renewed focus on making Charlotte a destination neighborhood. Waterfront development is priority with the plans that enhance public space, dining options, and recreation opportunities along the Lake Ontario. Area north of the Park Avenue is being doubled NATO, and it is expanding revitalization and is experience revitalization. New housing, businesses, and the community investment are transforming the area that were struggling at some point. The inner loop is transformation. The field in inner loop continuously develop, and with the new building, greenery space, and pedestrian-friendly area replacing the old highway trains. This is opening up land for the development that was previously cut off. Major investment in two Rochester strongest sector. Both the University of Rochester and RIT are expanding campuses and adding programs and increasing enrollments. New academic building, research facilities, and student housings are under construction. This means more students, and there are spending powers in Rochester. Plus, cutting-edge research and innovations happening locally. With the healthcare facilities, UR Medicine and Rochester Regional Health are continuously expanding with the new facilities, specialized treatment center, and advanced medical technologies. Rochester is solidifying its position as the regional healthcare leader. New urgent care centers are growing. Special clinics, medical office buildings are opening across the metro area. These sectors aren't just growing, they are hiring. Thousands of good-paying jobs in healthcare and education supports the Rochester economy. Now let's talk about the sustainability and greenery incentive. Rochester is investing in environmental stabilities. Green energy projects like solar and renewable energy projects are being implemented across the city. Public buildings are being retrofitted for the energy efficiency. Now let's talk about some of the green space and the parks that is going to happen in 2026. New parks are already being created. Existing parks are already being enhanced, and the urban forestry incentives are planting thousands of trees across the Rochester. The Genesee River is being improved with the better trails across points and ecological restoration project. The city is improving the program for the recycling expansion and encouraging sustainable building practices in a new development. Rochester is positioning itself as a leader in the Great Lakes sustainability and climate resistance. After all, Rochester is also positioning itself as the leader in the Great Lakes sustainability and climate resistance. Now let's talk about some of the housing market change, and maybe this will be unreal to say, but the Rochester real estate landscape is shifting in a significant way, and there is a big change coming to the new housing development. Multiple new residential buildings are underway in the suburb and urban areas. We are seeing everything from the luxurious apartment to the affordable housing projects to the single-family home developments. Previously underdeveloped or unutilized lands is being converted into residential use, meeting the demands of the following people move to the Rochester. Now let's talk about some of the major historic renovation. The investors are buying the historic homes in the city neighborhood and renovating them. This is breathing new life to the area that has fallen into a disrepair, where preventing Rochester architectural character. So the tax incentive and programs are encouraging this kind of investment to motivate them to bring a change in Rochester. Rochester housing market is heating up, more competition, higher price than the previous year, though it is still affordable compared to most metros and increase the investor interest. The secret is getting out about the Rochester, affordability and quality of life, and the market reflects the growing demand. So what does all this development actually mean for the future of Rochester? Is economic growth. All the investment creates job, construction for now, and permanent job when the projects are completed. More tax revenue for the city services and infrastructure. A strong and more diversified economy. Also, the population growth. Rochester has been losing a population for the decade, but that trend is reversing. Young professional, remote workers, and the families are discovering the Rochester and moving here. This development makes the city more attractive and capable for adapting growth. Improvement in quality of life, more amenities, better infrastructure, enhanced public space. All of this makes Rochester a better place to live for the current and the future resident. There has been significant investment increase in Rochester. Success breeds success. As Rochester improve and attract attention, more developer, businesses, and investor went in. This creates the positive cycle for the growth and improvement. Rochester is also starting to appears on the best place to live and the cities to watch list. The development happening in 2026 will accelerate this trend and put the Rochester on the map nationally. But in contrast, there are some challenges too. This growth will bring some challenges like rising housing costs. It may gonna cost more, and also there's gonna be heavy competition who wanted to achieve the home ownership. That might gonna be little bit hard to manage the growth that thoughtfully to maintain the affordability and the community character of the Rochester. But overall, this is exciting. Rochester is transforming while maintaining what makes it special. 2026 is going to be a landmark year for the Rochester. Between the major downtown development and new businesses, infrastructure development, and neighborhood transformation, this city is changing fast. If you live here, you should be exciting. If you are thinking of move here, now it is a time before the price rise further. Rochester is no longer a secret, and smart money is bidding on this city future. I will be covering many of those projects in details in a future video, so make sure to subscribe so you do not miss those updates. Okay, what are you most excited about? What development do you want me to cover in more depth? Drop your thought in the comment. And if you found this helpful, smash that like button and share with anyone who needs to know what's happening in 2026 in Rochester.